Senator Rodriguez made it clear at the start of the oversight hearing that the original subpoena and the revised one issued last Friday by his committee were not sweeping searches for confidential information.
This statement was important to be read into the record due to an internal memo, the Gmh Memorial Hospital on April 26 from the hospital administrator informing all physicians, dentists, and healthcare practitioners that the subpoena ducis tecum that was issued by the legislature may pose a threat to their private information, and so we just want to make very clear that we did not seek any private or confidential information from any physicians at the hospital.
And at the start of his testimony, Acting GMH Administrator Ray Vega turned over a set of documents emphasizing the hospital was complying with the revised legislative subpoena.
Gmh Memorial Hospital would like to comply with the subpoena ducis tecum, the amended version.
But it was not until the end of the hearing that the committee addressed the subject of that subpoena. Most of the hearing was about pain relief procedures provided by the hospital to women in labor, starting with the notorious Good Friday incident during which a Korean man waving a wad of cash had to pay $600 for an epidural procedure to relieve the pain of his pregnant wife.
This incident where cash was being charged up front to patients were sanctioned by the hospital administration?
Absolutely not.
Okay. So it wasn't sanctioned by the hospital?
It's not a sanction.
The discussion then turned to the lack of epidurals and other pain relief procedures available for women in labor at GMH. Can GMH provide 24/7 obstetric anesthesiological services? Not without more staff.
Taking the 6 staff that I currently have with 1 resignation, that's not gonna be possible because you're talking about 24/7 OB anesthesia coverage.
But should GMH strive to provide epidural service 24/7? As needed, yes, but to make it the standard of care, GMH Board Chair Lee Weber expressed the view that that would not be a good policy.
On an on-call basis, if it's required under certain circumstances. I don't have the financial details to say that it's not practical. But logically, I look at the numbers from the hospital and say, if you're going to add something that's going to be an across-the-board standard of care that we can't afford, that's not a good policy.
Okay. It was not until late in the evening that the hearing turned to the question of the peer review process and the settlement agreement between the hospital and Dr. George Macris, which was the focus of the subpoena issued by the committee.
Would you consider, Doc, this peer review process to be sacrosanct?
Yes, I do.
A key concession on the point that Rodriguez has been arguing. The settlement agreement between Dr. Macris and GMH threatens the peer review process. And both Acting Director Ray Vega and Medical Director Larry Lozama revealed that they did not agree with the settlement.
The former GMH legal counsel, Rob Weinberg, represented to me that this is in the best interest of Gmh Memorial Hospital.
It's not in the best interest of the peer review process that, in the settlement.
Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.